Yo, what is up guys, it is Sam Phoenix on Mystical here today, and this is progress video number 2, starting off with me getting the mining pet at something like 42 mining. Don't be salty at all, it's one of those things, probably never happen again. I am looking into doing progress videos a little bit differently compared to the first one, and with this one we've gathered a few screenshots over the past 2 to 3 weeks, which I've compiled together into a video and is playing on screen right now. This is subject to change if this is not the correct way or the best way for the viewer's experience of doing a progress video, but for now this is what this video is going to entail. So what you saw at the start of the video after getting a mining pet was the completion of 3 quests. The clips that I'm presenting in front of you right now are in date order from the last video, so this is how I went about things after the last video, and it started off with nailing out a few quests. Essentially, at the end of the last video, we discussed that I was going for Barrows Gloves. Now, I immediately started on that grind right away, knocking out some of the harder quests, but got bored and didn't want to lose my interest with the Iron Man account and old school in general, so I decided to go for the other option that I had presented myself back in the first video, which was a medium clue scroll grind. So I took aside one night and did 5 hours of Hunter, and I trained up to 63 Hunter, and then camped Eclectics for about 2 days, got up to about 1800 implings, and I opened a bunch of impling jars and did mediums. We got up to about 69 medium clue scrolls done by the end of the grind. Unfortunately didn't get Ranger's boots, but it was a really fun experience for me to do, and definitely something different on the Iron Man, and something I will be returning back to as soon as possible, at least when I get bored of what I'm currently doing. So after the grind, after I'd done the Eclectics I'd farmed, I decided to go back onto the journey for Barrows Gloves. So we pushed some of the quest requirements out of the way, one of which was a struggle because I needed 70 cooking, and I'd done 83 fishing without banking any of the fish, so I had to head back onto Shiloh village and fish on some big bad boy trout and salmon, and farmed up the 70 cooking requirement, which is good to get out of the way. Obviously this enabled me, the quest point requirement enabled me to get some quests out of the way, which I needed to do for the future of the account. So I prioritized farming and Herblore XP over everything else. This led to things like Garden of Tranquility being done. I also pushed out Wanted here so that I could get some Slayer XP as well. But basically the aim was to be able to finish Barrows Gloves at the same time as being able to make prayer potions, which sounds cheesy as hell because prayer potions is not exactly a high Herblore requirement, but I wanted to be able to finish up Barrows Gloves and be able to have a stockpiled amount of prayer potions so that I could get on with something else, and that something else that I had in mind was to be able to farm Barrows. So I did a couple of things. I was breaking it up in day-to-day life on my account. I was breaking it up with things like Slayer tasks, as you see on right now on screen. Is I did a Wilderness Slayer task of Lava Dragons. Never will I do this again. It was absolutely terrible to do, and a big mistake of mine. I should be skipping that task. We got it there in the end. It was nice. It's a little bit of break from reality. I did manage to knock out some more quests. One small favour which took so long, but I got up to 41 Herblore off the lamps from it, as you see on screen. Finally got the prayer potions in the bank made into prayer potions, so got a big stockpile of those now. One of the few requirements left in terms of the quest points. Personally, I wanted to get the Swan Song out of the way so I could fish monkfish because of my fishing level, which was a good idea at the time. So one of the few remaining quest point requirements I decided to do Swan Song for, which had a smithing requirement. As you just saw, I was doing goldsmithing in the bank to do some mage XP as well. At this point, before finishing RFD, I decided I'd have a break. I'd fish 1.5k monkfish and cook them all up, which was fantastic to do. And as you can see right now, I decided to do the final part of RFD. Little did I know that it's an instanced zone. Took in the majority of my bank and died, which is terrible. Spent 3 hours after that at the Agility Pyramid farming all my gold back and getting the Mystic set and the runes that I lost. But as you can see on screen right now, I did manage to get the Barrows Gloves, which is the most important thing. So Barrows Gloves obtained, and what was next? So I decided, well, I've done a lot of grinding. Let's get on with something a little bit more fun. I'm not exactly geared for it. Didn't exactly have the best stuff and stats for it, but yesterday I started a Barrows grind, and it's gone absolutely fantastically. So as you can see, there's the first loot. At the 12th chest, I got an RM skirt, which is fantastic. I was like, oh well, this is earlier than I expected. I took another 15-16 kills to get one item, and that was a Verax top, as you see right there. But then it all started flying in. 3 kills later, I get a Thorax plate body. And then instantly after the Thorax plate body, we get a Verax flail. And then after that, couple kills later, we pick up my favourite piece of Barrows armour in the game, which is the Carol's plate skirt, and I'm actually loving it. So happy, as you can tell. So I did 39 chests in screenshots, and then I've decided for the final part of this video where we can talk about things. The final chest that I did just before making this video, I recorded, and we'll talk over the top of it to discuss some things regarding this video and the future videos and progression on the account. And hopefully you guys can provide me with a little bit of help as to where to go, the direction to go. So as you can just see, I don't know whether or not what we've just done in this video is the best way to do a progress video. It's the way I've decided to do the progress video, but it might not be the best way. So if you think the screenshots approach and accumulating a bunch of screenshots and levels and quest completions and item rewards, compiling them into a video and talking over the top of it about what we were doing is a good way of doing progress and update videos, then do let me know that this video was the correct option. Otherwise, please do tell me what suggestions you'd have to making the video more enjoyable as a viewer to watch, because I'd like to make it both enjoyable for me to create but also a good viewing experience to watch. I'm currently watching Soup and Alkan do their 2 video series that they have, and I'm really enjoying their content. So I don't know whether or not doing the sort of live clipping of stuff when it happens and just compiling that into one video every now and then would be the better approach. Obviously it's different for me because I'm not actively streaming on Twitch, so I don't have that VOD method unless I record everything I do in the game. But I'm willing to change and adapt the videos to however whatever would be the best approach as a viewer in your opinion. So if you've got a suggestion for me, I'd love to know. Now, as far as everything else, so we've completed Barrows Gloves now, which if you recall back to the first video, if you haven't watched it, I'll go over the stuff from it. And we discussed that my personal goals with the account was to get Barrows Gloves, to obtain Ranger Boots from medium clue scrolls, and to be able to farm Barrows. Now, I've knocked out all 3 of these, but I haven't got the Ranger Boots off the second option. So we're now in the process of, I'm really enjoying doing Barrows. I've had a lot of luck with it, and we're gearing up absolutely fantastic. I've got 5 pieces of Barrows items right now to my name, and that's just brilliant. I couldn't have expected anything more off sub 40 Barrows chest count. So anyway, so I've got the Barrows on the grind. I'm still enjoying it, and I'm going to keep up with that until I either run out of money to do so, or I go on a big dry streak, or I'm just not enjoying it anymore, which might lead me to go back to doing the medium clue scrolls, which would require Hunter, which is another couple days downtime to get all that sorted out. But the Hunter clue scroll streams are absolutely fantastic to do, and I know that they're fun to watch, so that's a good option for content, but I don't know whether or not it progresses my account in the correct direction. So if you have any other suggestions for me, I'd really appreciate that right now, because as much as I'm enjoying Barrows as it stands, I know that it's gonna, at some point, that's gonna fade, especially with how quickly I can do the chess. It's not exactly a fast process, and I should probably be doing something more useful with the account. So one of my current goals, or thinking about goals I should say, is a fire cape. Now the problem with this is I don't have any range method as far as I'm aware to do the fire cape. I have yet to obtain a rune crossbow, and I haven't unlocked broad bolts from Slayer. I've got a huge Slayer grind to do as well at some point because I need money. So it's one of those things. Do I push for a fire cape in the state of my account now with the prayer potions that I've got from the Ranas I had banked? Do I wait until I get a Carol's bow drop to even attempt that, or do I go and try and get a rune crossbow elsewhere? Also, do I need broad bolts, and how many bolt racks would I need? I don't have access to Sarrow brews. Is that okay? These are all questions and stuff I've not really looked into, and because of that I'm a bit concerned. I don't know whether or not I should just jump into a Jad attempt without all of this knowledge and having researched it and looked into whether or not it's even possible for the state of my account. But it's definitely something I want to tease the thought of, because a fire cape is going to enhance everything. It's going to make my Barrows kills a little bit quicker. It's going to make my Slayer training a little bit faster and more fun. It's one of those things. It's just also having a fire cape is just goddamn awesome. So I'm unsure or not whether or not I should be pushing for that, or that's something I should put on the back burner for now, and obviously when my account's in better standing I go for it. But if that's the case, what do I do now then? Is it a case of me knuckling down and finally getting on the Slayer grind, being able to unlock necks for cash, and having the opportunity to just have a cash stack and be financially secure in the game would be nice, so I can rock around with my mining pet without having to worry about losing it? I'm really not sure, and it's one of those things that I'm trying to think about where to go with this account. So I'd like your help as a viewer to comment on what you think the progress videos and update videos should look like. Should they be in this style? Is there a better style to do this? It's more entertaining for the viewer. And also, if you have any suggestions for the content itself on the Iron Man, any direction for my account to go in, something that perhaps I've missed and should have done a lot sooner on the Iron Man prior to even getting Barrows Gloves. Feel free to mention, because I'm very new to this. I've if I wanted 99 range, back in the day, I'd just buy all the chins and go do it. This is very much an acquired, do your own thing. It's a single player version of playing the game, and there's obviously going to be stuff that I've missed. One of the things I was looking into today was the Mauritania Legs 3. Obviously I can't get that because of the requirements, but is it worth pushing out 1 and 2? Do I get any extra rewards for doing that? I don't unlock the teleport here, unfortunately. I've looked into that, but it's one of those things. If you guys, which you will do, will have a lot more knowledge of the game than I do, please do let me know if I've done something wrong or missed something that I should have perhaps done a while ago, or perhaps just a general direction of the account. Any help that you could possibly provide me would be great. Aside from that, there's been a lot of gains in this video. If you just look at the stat differences between the account and its current stance and the one 3 weeks ago, I've put a lot of work in, a lot of hours in, and I've achieved a lot, and it feels absolutely fantastic to get to this stage. So hopefully you've enjoyed watching this video. It's a different kind of video than that I'm used to making, so hopefully it wasn't too terrible to watch. And hopefully the future ones can be made better by the viewers' input as well. So yeah, this is the final run here, and I do get a reward from the chest, but it isn't a Barrows piece. It was, to my surprise, something different, probably enhanced by the Ring of Wealth that I'm using while doing these runs. So thank you very much for watching. The content is probably streamable at the moment, so there might be some streams incoming. If you're not already following me on Twitch, it's twitch.tv/ParticleTV. My Twitter is also the same, and I will be posting links to whenever I'm live on my Twitter. But hopefully there will be another progress video in the next couple of weeks. As you can see here, I got the cheeky dragon med helm. Not that I'm going to be using it. It's a good alcohol though. But yeah, coming up there should be more content. Hopefully some streams. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and please leave a comment and a like if you enjoyed it. Peace.